An interesting question for today. Are you alive? Great question. Are you really alive? You say, well, yeah, Lee, I'm alive. Well, if you are, what's your life? Or are you just going through the motions? That's a really good question. How many of us are really in our bodies, in our minds, and we're just going through the motions, but we're really not alive? We're really not aware. We're really not feeling. We're really not creating. Today is Tuesday. And Tuesday for me is about opening up the second chakra. The second chakra is the creative chakra. When that chakra is open, physically, mentally, emotionally, we become creative beings. And that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to create. And yet, so many of us keep living in a gigaloop. We keep repeating our lives over and over again. Because why? Because we're thinking the same thoughts over and over and over again. And as if you've been following me for a while, you know, well, what's the name of the podcast? Thoughts can change your life. Yes, they can. Because thoughts become your belief structure. And so many of us are stuck in old beliefs that no longer serve us. They were beliefs that maybe served us a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, maybe even longer. I don't know. But there are beliefs we have, and that causes us to have a habit in our lives where we keep living that habit over and over and over again. And when we keep living that habit over and over again, we keep recreating our lives the way they were. So the question is, are you really alive? Or are you just going through the motions? Because to be alive means to be creative, to do new things, to have new experiences. Yes, I know there's the mundane task of living. But what juice do you put behind doing them? When you're cooking, are you cooking with love? Are you cooking in joyful expectancy of the nourishment of the food that you're going to put into your body? And that food you put into your body is actually going to create your body? Do you realize every piece of food you put into your body takes and it uses it to recreate itself? Do you realize that everything you drink, your body takes in and recreates itself? So here's a great question. If you're alive, what kind of choices would you make to put into your body? That's a really good one. What kind of choices are you making to put into your body? Are you choosing healthy food? Are you drinking clean and pure water? Or are you putting other things in? I don't know. I'm not your judge. I'm just asking questions. That's all I do. Is I ask questions because guess what? I understand. You're free to do whatever you want. That's the gift we've been given. We've been given the gift to freely choose. No one can choose for us unless we give them our power. And if you're truly alive, would you give anyone else your power? Just a question. I know I wouldn't. I don't give the government my power. I don't give the politicians my power. I don't give the spiritual leaders my power. I don't give my wife my power, my kids my power. I don't give anyone my power. It's my power. I get to choose how to use it. Am I using it right? Here's what I'll tell you. I'm using it the best that I can based on the level of awareness I am at any particular moment based on the wisdom I've gathered up until this point in my life. So from that perspective, I'm perfect. Because the law that creates is always responding to the nature of our thoughts. That's the best I can tell you right there. I was a mouthful, wasn't it? So do you buy into the illusion that as you get old, you can't do things? I don't. Guess what? Yesterday, I've been talking about the stair climber for the past month. And I was talking about how I'm doing records on that. Well, guess what? The Creative Lee yesterday, in 30 minutes, level 7.5, half 7, half 8, I did 131 flights of stairs and 444 calories in 30 minutes. That's the best I've ever done. Now, I didn't do the stair climber when I was in my 20s, so I don't know what the best I could have done then. But from the time I've started measuring it for maybe 20 years, I did the best I ever could yesterday. And you know what? It's not going to be my all-time best because I've set a goal. I've set an intention. I'm a creator and I can do that. Now, here's the key thing. Am I going to set an unrealistic expectation for myself? No. Am I going to measure myself against that goal this week? No. I'm going to give my body a week to recover from that. And then I'll do it again next week. Now, I'll do other cardio stuff, but I'm not doing the stair climber. Make sense? Don't overdo things. That's what we tend to do. We overdo or we underdo. We never get to balance. It's like in fitness. I use fitness because it's a real simple thing to balance. Are you doing a balanced cardio and weight training? You need both. If you don't do both, you're going to be out of balance. When you're eating, are you balancing the proteins with the carbs and the veggies? I don't know. Now, we can go over extreme on this stuff. But you know what I know is that when I do something, I ask the question, does this make me feel more alive? When I eat this food, does this make me feel more alive? When I drink this, does this make me feel more alive? What I've noticed lately is that some of the wheat products I'm eating are not making me feel more alive. So I'm having to find more organic wheat. And when I find organic wheat, I feel more alive. So I'm not judging it based on what other people say. I'm judging everything by how do I feel? Do I feel more alive? That's a good way to approach anything. When you're drinking something, do you feel more alive or does it deaden you? Does it numb you? People say, well, Lee, do you drink wine? I say, no, I don't. I've tried it, but I don't feel more alive. I feel heavier. I feel it drains me. I feel my head doesn't feel good afterwards. I don't like the taste. I think we say, well, it's an acquired taste. That just means you've gotten numb to the taste. Acquired taste. I laugh when people tell me that. It either tastes good when you put it in your mouth or it doesn't. Acquired taste means you're settling. I've never said that before, and I may have just pissed off a bunch of you, and I really don't care. But I look at it as settling. You know what you like. Here's something I'll tell you. A lot of people eat broccoli and love broccoli. Well, I'm like the first George Bush. I don't like broccoli. Therefore, it's not making me feel alive. Therefore, I don't care what you tell me about it. I'm not going to eat it. Again, pretty simple philosophy. Does it make you feel alive? When you're in a relationship with someone, friend, family member, whatever, do you feel alive or do you feel dull and deadened? First question you got to ask, is it me that I'm bringing to the relationship that's causing it to be dull and deadened? Second question is, am I allowing their energy to have an impact on me? And why would I do that? I don't know. Yeah, JJ, I love that you're making your own homemade bread. I am a great cook, according to my own expectations, and I am a horrific baker. I can't get baking good. The only thing that I cook that's got some baking to it is pizza. I make a fabulous margarita pizza. I use Italian dough, but I don't make the dough. I buy the dough from Jimmy's Italian Market. I make a San Marzano tomato sauce with basil. I do the really good mozzarella cheese on it. I drizzle the olive oil. I put the good Parmesan on it. It is friggin' delicious, but that's the only baked thing I do. And let me tell you, here's a real thing. When I make my own pizza, I feel alive. When I buy a pizza from any of these other pizza places, I don't feel alive. I feel bloated and weighted down. Becca says, I'm not a very good cook, but I am a good eater. Nothing beats fresh bread. Oh, Becca, you're so right. I can remember when I was like 9, 8, 10, 11, my mom would take us to an Italian bakery in the Detroit area. And they would have fresh rolls when we would go there. And they had little bits of pepperoni in them. They were pepperoni rolls. I'm going to tell you, you couldn't get enough. You put a little fresh butter on it, and it was like paradise. Oh my God. Corey says, when I talk about food, it makes me hungry. I know, because I fast until I don't eat after 6:30 at night. And then I don't eat again until after 11:30 the next day in the morning. So yeah, I'm hungry as heck right now talking to you guys out there. But it doesn't mean I'm going to have it, because here's what I found. When I fast like I'm fasting, I feel really good. I feel alive. For me, 2 meals a day is really good. 11:30 and 5:30. That works for me. I'm not telling you it works for you. You got to figure it out yourself. Here's what you figure out. Ask the question, do I feel more alive? With food, with what you drink, with your relationships, with your career, with your health, whatever it is. Burgundy says, I'm going to have to make some calzones now. Yeah, you know, Burgundy, I make a good calzone, but why I prefer the pizza is I don't get as much dough. In a calzone, you get dough on the top and dough on the bottom. I prefer less dough. And the cannolis, I've not had a good cannoli since my mother died. My mother came from Sicily. She made the most magnificent cannolis in the world. I've tried them everywhere. I've just not found a good one yet. But that's my quest. Listen, it's been a joy talking to you. Ask the question today, whatever you're doing, do you feel more alive? If you don't, change it. You have the power, because you are the power. Until next time, aloha. And know that I love you because I accept you just like you are. Have a great one, everybody.